All right, so next we're going to set up our custom domain. So we'll go down here into admin and domain settings. And we already have, if you have your URL already, then you'll enter it right here. Let me delete it. All right, so if you do not go to GoDaddy and get you a custom domain for your business, the only reason I suggest GoDaddy, I'm not an affiliate with them or get paid from them, but I've been using them for probably almost 20 years. And their interface is really clean. And you'll see that here whenever we go through this example. So to continue with my Cools Medley website, so I actually want to connect my Cools Medley URL. So this is where we get started. So it's already in here, and we'll click Save Domain, and it'll give you some instructions here. And the same thing is if you want to use a subdomain, if you already have a domain, then you would just put like, I don't know, courses.coolsmedley.com. So you don't have to put the HTTPS or the www. We'll handle that here in a second. All right, and it gives you instructions. And the first one is to edit your CNAME and then to do your forwarding. So if you have if you're using a subdomain, you don't have to worry about the forwarding piece. But if you're going to use a domain and you want, they're called Apex domains. And if you want to use the Apex domain, coolsmedley.com, then this is the process you'll go through. It's 2 steps. All right, so let's get started. And if you already have a domain and you use cPanel, I will show you how to set that up too. It's real quick and easy. It's almost the same process. So, but for the 95% of you, you'll be going through this first process if you're not using cPanel, if you only just purchase the domain only. So we'll go to GoDaddy or whatever provider you have. But for this example, we're going to use GoDaddy, and we're going to find our products, which will have our domain in it. And right here, now Cools Medley is on cPanel. So I'm going to show you how to do it without cPanel first. So I'm going to use a different domain just for an example. So you'll click DNS by your domain. And you can see here it says add new record. Now, if you go back to Creativ Builder, it says you want to enter the CNAME and host will be www. So let's go add a new record. We're going to choose CNAME. We're going to put www right here, and the value will be your Creativ Builder URL. You'll hit that, and you can leave it to a half an hour. Most people will say change it to an hour, and then you would just click save. So that would be step 1. All right. Step 2 is to set up your forwarding. Now, this is the exact same step whether you have cPanel or you're using just the regular GoDaddy interface for domains only. So now we're going to go to Cools Medley, and we're going to our DNS settings. And once again, this applies to cPanel as well, because you want to set up your forwarding. And as you can see here, it's already set up, but let me delete it. And we'll do it from scratch. So you'll click add forwarding, and you'll change this drop down to HTTPS, and then you will put the www. So make sure you have the 3 W's and your domain name. You'll leave it at permanent 301 and click save. With those 2 steps, you're good to go. Now for those on cPanel, this is the next step. So you'll go to your cPanel, and you'll go down to Zone Editor, and you'll find manage. And let's make sure there's not a CNAME in there. All right, so we're going to add a record, and we're going to call this, our value will be www. So it's already in here. So you make sure the www is in there. We're going to change this to CNAME, and we're going to grab our Creativ Builder URL and save record. Now let's see. Sometimes it can take up to an hour, and they even said 24 hours for it to propagate. But we'll see if we can get to it right now. Let's go to Cools Medley. Yep, so it's still trying to propagate. Let's try it from an incognito window, though. www should work already. It's still processing. So we just need to wait it out. But those are the two steps, and we'll just give it a couple more minutes just to see. And let me just make sure I've got everything set up here correctly. I have that, and I did my DNS management for HTTPS, the www. All right, so that is all set up correctly. So let's just see if we can get to it one more time. Like I said, it does take a couple minutes. Last time I did this, whenever I was preparing for this video, I think it took about 10 minutes for it to propagate entirely. Uh-oh, looks like it's going to load. No, it didn't. It's thinking about it. Let me just try it with the Cools Medley. Yeah, it's going to take a second, I guess. Let's just see. Yeah, it keeps acting like it's going to load, so it's getting close. And those are the only two steps that you need to do in order to direct your URL or your subdomain. Because remember, in your subdomain, you don't need to do all you need to do is the CNAME, the DNS record. You do not need to do the forwarding if you have a subdomain. So if you're just using subdomain, you'll do the same thing. You'll add a record, but you'll add the record. It would be CNAME, and you would put your subdomain in here. So it would be like courses.coolsmedley.com. And then the value would be coolscreativbuilder.com, and then you change this to an hour. So that's the only step you would use for the subdomain. And actually, whenever you're in Creativ Builder and you put in a subdomain here, it actually will give you the explicit instructions just for subdomain. So that is pretty much it. The next thing that we're going to cover is we're going to set up our payment gateway. So I will see you guys in the next video.